Hello. I am so hoping I am on Facebook and on YouTube because I can't get the streamline. So if I'm only on YouTube, I will have to cancel this one and go back in and start a new one. But I'm hoping I'm on Facebook. Hi, Dalila. Let's see. We're just waiting to see if I'm also on Facebook. I'm just bringing up on my phone so I can see. Yes. Oh, there I am. Hi, Camille and Carlene. Hello. I am on Facebook. Hello, Tracy. I'm just waiting for some people to join us live. I did announce this one. Hello, Lindsay. Perfect. I'm glad I'm here. Okay, I see it. I see it. I see it. So I wanted to stop in and do a little give back as it is the end of the month. We are at the last day. My goodness, I can't believe we're in the last day of March. Like we're moving into April. Hello, Doug and Tasha. Hello. So we're just letting people join in. We are broadcasting Facebook and YouTube. So there's both places at the one time. I will eventually add in the TikTok and the possibly and the Instagram, but this is enough for me to take care of. Tomorrow is your special day. Yes, it is. Tomorrow is my birthday. So this is my give back on my birthday. Hello, Elsie. This is my give back on my birthday is to come in and do to pull a few cards for people, a little bit of intuitive guidance. Thank you. Yes, I just got these absolutely beautiful flowers delivered from my daughter, my mom, my son-in-law, and my two grandbabies. They just arrived. I can't believe I'm going to be like 54 tomorrow. So I was talking about while we're waiting for people to join in, I was talking about on my video that I put up on YouTube for April's monthly video. I posted that when Neptune went into Pisces in like 2011, it would have been around when I was turning 40, like around that 40 mark. And it was around the time of when the Slave Lake fire started in May. Like it all was around then. And now it's like Neptune goes into Aries. It's like a 14-year cycle that it's been on. And so now it's going into Aries and it's landing in our sign. And it's like, okay, so now I'm turning 54 and now we're moving. So now there's like a big move again. And so it's like it's amazing how big planetary shifts have such an impact upon the cycle of our lives and how our lives unfold. And so it affects some people differently, of course, in different ways. But if you look back at your pictures or you look back through your memories from like 2011 till now and look at where you have been, look at the journey you've been on, look at the things that have changed, the things that have happened, the things that have unfolded. It is crazy to see the things that have unfolded in our lives from that period of time till now. Like it sometimes it doesn't seem like it's such a big period of time, but it's a massive. So much has happened in that span of time in our lives. uh hello everyone, and thank you. I am coming in. This is my give back, so I'm coming in to pull some intuitive guidance cards for people and do a little bit of a reading here to hell and back, and then learning to bloom. Yeah, exactly, Ellie. uh, yeah, such truth. Okay, So because the room is still filling up and I'm just letting it fill up a little bit here, is I was just waiting before I start pulling some cards. So, if you would like a card, you can make a comment that you would like to have a card pulled for you, and I will pull a card for as many as I can. I'll try to get as many, whoever I'm guided to get. Put it that way. Whoever I am guided to pull a card for. So you can ask for a card, and of course, I'm just going to go with whoever I'm guided with. I have no makeup on. I've been packing all day again and preparing, and we did find a home. Um, and I'm leaving Lacombe. For all of my people who are in Lacombe area, I'm leaving Lacombe. I'm not going to be living in the Lacombe area anymore. I'm not moving far though. I'm not going far from Lacombe. I'm still going to stay central, but I'm actually going to be closer to, probably a little bit closer to Camrose. So if you're in the Camrose area, I'm actually going to be between Camrose and Stettler, is where I'm going to be moving. So if you're in that area, like once I'm set up and I'm in the new house, I will go back to taking some in-person clients, but you will have to drive to get to me for sure. And so yeah, so I do have some changes happening again. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Ellie or Elsie. All right, let's start. Okay, I'm going to start with Carol, and Carol is on YouTube. I just seen her name go past. Where did I just see it go by? Um, Carol Dalton. I am going to pull a card for Carol Dalton. That's where I am starting. Okay, Carol, let's see. Hi, everyone who's joining in. I am on Facebook and on YouTube. So if you hear me saying a name that you're not seeing on Facebook or on YouTube, or you're not seeing the comments, it's because the comments don't share to both platforms. They only go on the platform they're on. So if you're on YouTube, you're only seeing the people who are on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, you're only seeing the comments from the people on there. So Carol Ann, not Carol. Carol Ann. Carol Ann. A bunch of cards wanted to come out, Carol Ann. Okay, Carol Ann, I want to really tell you to take a breath. Take a breath. You really need to stop, pause, and take a breath. It feels as if when I'm just waiting even for the card to come out, there feels like there's some anxiousness, like you are anxiously waiting something. You're anxiously waiting a change. You're anxiously waiting for something to unfold. And there is, I pulled out a major arcana card, so major life events, major changes, and it's the world card. And we have Archangel Michael. So all the strength, all the courage, everything that you need is there. And the world is about some, recognizing that you've done your part. You've put in the hard work. You've contributed all that you needed to do. And that there is like some sort of like celebration, some sort of like reward at the end of a long journey. And that finally you're getting to the place of where there is peace. Instead of waiting for things to go wrong, start waiting for things to go right, because there is some real like life changing moments, but in the good way. It's the things that are coming in that are just saying to you, know what, you've already been on this journey. This has now passed. This has now ended. And now it is the beginning of something new. It doesn't mean that we don't get met with other things, of course. There's always something that is happening, but this is where you kind of get really, truly kind of get to see things begin to work out. let go of the worrying about something to work out the exact way you want it. It's not going to go exactly as you want it, but it's going to work out for the highest good. So there is some sort of change happening around you. I get this anxiousness, and I'm like, you just like take a breath, Carol Ann. Take a breath, take a breath, take a breath. Breathe into this, breathe into this. It's going to be okay. Things are going to be okay. Oh, you're looking for a new home too. You are right on. Just finishing living in this house since 2010. Okay. Well, see, I know that feeling. We've been doing that too, and now we're in the process of a purchase. Um, and so yeah, things are going to work out. You're okay. It's like the end of the cycle, and now you're beginning this new journey, this new cycle. And it's going to work out. It's going to be there. It's going to be good. And as it all unfolds, it's going to be like the right place. So they're always kind of I always say they're, everything that becomes like a door closes is that was never the door for you to walk into, right? It's the right place. And so yay, I'm so glad I got that. So take a breath and just breathe into it. They're telling you you have Archangel Michael with you. He is pulling all the strings, doing all the work for you to bring about this into your life. And so you can really truly just like, it's like, be excited, be like excited, be enthusiastic about the house, about what's coming, and really truly like let go of how you envision it and just trust the process because it is unfolding for you. Thank you, Carol Ann. Okay. Yes, chill out. You're welcome. Um, okay, so I'm gonna go next. So this is my give back. This is my birthday is tomorrow, so this is my way of giving back to everyone who supports my work all the time. As I wanted to just stop in and pull a few cards for whoever I feel like I'm called to pull a card for. But do ask, like if you want a card pulled, do put in that request. Now I did pull a card for YouTube, so I will go to Facebook and um I'm gonna go with Charlene. I'm going to go with Char Ramson. Charlene Ramson would like a card. I'm going to go with you next. Char. Char, I just heard this song. I think it's by the Chicks. Used to be called the Dixie Chicks back in the day, but if that name has been changed to the Chicks. And I think that's who sings it, but it's like Wide Open Spaces. Wide open spaces. I keep getting wide open spaces for you. And I don't know what that song represents or where that's coming from for you, Shar, but I am getting that music for you. So I don't know if there's like a clearing or an opening that's coming up for you. Like something is either being cleared or something is being or if you're on the move as well, Shar, but there does feel to be something that is kind of clearing the air. I keep getting clearing the air, like somewhere where there is like an honesty or a truth coming in, or someone is like you're discovering a new truth. This could be about you, and this could be about you saying like, F it, I'm just choosing now to go live my life. It's bringing in the page of air. And so I do pick up like there's been like delays or challenges that's around or has been around, and like you've been either waiting for something or waiting for someone to do something they were supposed to do and didn't do. I don't know what that would be, but it's like something like that is coming up. And so I do feel like you're kind of getting that validation or that aha. So it could be you just saying a truth to yourself, saying, okay, it's time for me to make a move. It's time for me to go do the things that I need to do. It's my time and I have to go live for me. I have to go do this for me. But I do feel like it's like space is opening for you. So there's like this opening of a space where you kind of get to move about or move around. So there's options, there's choices. And I do feel like it's like, I don't know if you can really make a wrong choice. It is now about all the right choices that you can make that moves you into the direction that is most aligned to you. I really get sometimes getting stuck in our mind, like stuck in your head. And I do feel like the biggest challenge you have, Shar, is sometimes getting stuck in your head. That sometimes you get trapped in your head stories and what about, what if. And so it could be there's a little more freedom coming up. Like you're not as obligated to something, or there's finally an opportunity for you to take a break, whatever that is. But I do feel like it's like it has been like some challenging times or some challenging energy, and it's being lifted, and the air is clearing, things are clearing. And I just get this like, open your heart. Wide open spaces, open your heart. I have a lot of love energy coming in around you, so I feel like there's like, this is like definitely coming from the other side, like someone who loves you dearly, who wants you to finally like get out of your head, go do what you need to do, live your best life, and just enjoy it to the fullest. Um and so that's what I have for you. And I'm like, it just feels like it's like a little push, like you're being given like a little push, but wide open spaces. Open your heart back up. There is something of a heart's desire or something that you really want to do, and it's okay to go do it. It's okay to live for you. It's okay to start to do the things that you want to do. And I just keep getting like, open the curtains, open the blinds, open the windows, like start letting air flow through. Like it feels stifling. I feel like it's like part of your energy has been stifled for a long period of time. And you really need to open up and let yourself open and push that energy through. Like just let the flow in. It's like, just let the light in, just let the love in, but opening your heart, living kind of a little bit on the edge of the unknown, and just trust in the journey. But I do feel as if it's a bit of a move or a shift, that your life is going to be taken in a new direction a little bit. So it could, who knows, it could even be just traveling, but there's something there that is just saying, it's time. It's time. It's like you're at the end of a really challenging situation or a challenging period of time in your life. You're kind of, and it's not that you ever forget those moments, but it's just saying to you that you're ready for the next, you're ready for the next phase. You're ready for the next journey. You're ready. And it's okay to let yourself enjoy the next journey. You don't have to feel guilty. You don't have to feel bad. It's your time, and you have to go live your time. That's what I'm getting for you, Shar. Okay. Now back, let's go back to uh let's go back to YouTube. And I think let's go to Doug Serby. Doug Serby. So let's pull a card for Doug. And I'll stay with this deck, and then I'll go to my everyday goddesses. You are so welcome, Char. You're so welcome. I hope that resonates with you and helps you in some way. Notice how bare my room is? Never seen it this bare. Um, Everything is getting packed. Okay. Doug, I hope you're still here, Doug. So, a card for Doug. Okay, Doug, you got two cards that just came out. Oh, shit. That's just what I got. Oh, shit. So, I don't know if this is actually Doug, or if this is, a wife using a husband's YouTube, or if this is actually Doug, but I pick up two people in this reading. I don't know why, Doug. I'm getting like two people in this. Why am I picking up two people in your reading? So I'm picking up two people, and I pulled two major arcana cards, and I didn't pull them. They actually come flying out. So I don't know where there is some sort of like resolution or some sort of like sense of justice. Um and so, and I am picking up the justice card, and I'm also picking up the release card. So Archangel Azrael is the angel of death. And transformation. And Archangel Azrael is being the angel of death and transformation, is just saying you're at the end of one journey and you're beginning another journey. And it does tell me that through this justice card is something about decisions and about the, balance. Justice is often about the what is right or what feels right. And sometimes we do justice to ourselves by making the right choices that make us happy or that truly fulfills that sense of well-being, and not so much that is fulfills what everyone else wants. So I do feel like you are at a pivotal turning point in life, of where life is taking a new turn, or going into a new direction. And it's like things will work out, or things are working out, but you're through it. This could be, like I said, such an internal journey, such an inside job, and it could also be something that's reflecting in your life or in the world. But the end, and I feel like it's like the end. Okay, there we go. Me and my wife want to retire from stressful jobs. Yay. Okay, so I'm like, I sure this involves two people. So this is like the kind of where you're at. You're at that turning point of where life is for you to be doing a shift, and it's transformation, and it is transform your life, that it will be balanced and what makes us happy. And sometimes we have to let go of our fears and just do what is right. And it does feel so right for you, like you're at that point. And so this is major, which tells me that this is happening. Either it's happening this year, or you're preparing for it and it's happening in 2026. But it is finding that sense of fairness, because is it fair to yourself, to the version of you that's existing in your present moments, for you to have to keep waiting for the some days, and that's what I'm getting. And I just feel like the finances you need, the security you need to be able to do what you want to do, it's going to be there. It will balance itself out one way or the other. There's going to be a balance, but the release is here. It is about the end of one chapter of your life, and you're ready for the next chapter. And I just keep getting, just trust it, just go for it, start making the plan, start preparing for it, because it is happening pretty soon. And like I said, I feel two people, so I knew it was something that was to do with two of you. And so you got the blessings of the angels. They're guiding you through, and they're kind of breaking all barrier, or all those strings that keep us attached. So all those strings that keep us attached, or all those fear stories, they're kind of ending, and you're just kind of starting to take that leap and starting to jump into action and beginning to really move forward. So yeah, I think you're just so done with the stressful jobs. And I'm going to tell you, go back after this live, go back and listen to my YouTube video from today for the month of April. I just posted about this, and in it I talk about like leaving jobs that no longer serve us. Like, it's that kind of energy. We're in that kind of time. So moving into that energy, you're in the perfect time. You're showing up at the perfect time. That's what I have for you. You're so welcome. Thank you, Doug. Okay, let's go back to Facebook, and we are going to go with uh do, do, do. Carmen. Carmen McDermott. Now, I don't know if I have your son, but I'm going to pull a card for you. Carmen McDermott. I'm going to give you a card, and let's just see what the cards have for you. Not saying your son is not with us, but I wasn't tapping in and channeling in for the mediumship part, but you just never know. We've all been here before with me, and you just never know what's coming. I just did my radio show last Friday. Um, News for the Soul is the radio. It's the radio station, and the last Friday of every month, I do a radio show. And Nicole, the lady who owns the station itself, she said, I have never seen. She says, it always amazes me. I've never seen anyone who can jump in so quick into a response, even to like an emailed, like the emailed messages that come in, and just like that, I'm just like in there. And I said, that's faith. That's trust, because it's not coming from us. It's coming from beyond us. And that is the beauty, is just trusting spirit always has a plan, always has an answer, always has something. So I have the 5 of fire. And what's coming up here is uh, so this does bring us into the conflicts and the troubling thoughts or troubling places. So this is challenges. And so this brings me into conflicts. And Carmen, I want to ask you, I do feel like there is around your life somewhere where you are dealing with like uh, others kind of conflict with others, people not really getting or understanding where you are, or expecting you to be somewhere, like you need to be doing this by now, you should be here by now, or you should be doing this by now. And I just feel like this irritation is what I'm getting. So I'm getting like this irritation energy. It's like you just want to just tell people to, like, sometimes to just F off. That's the nicest way I can give it, because it just feels like it's like there are times when, you know, people don't think, and they don't think about their words, and they speak before they contemplate. And it's not before they speak, they don't contemplate the words they're about to say and who they're saying it to. People want you to become, so people always want you to become the version of you prior to like drastic changes in our lives, trauma. People are always waiting for you to return to who you once were. That happens so often. And it's like there's no going back. You don't get to go back to who you were. Life forever changes us. And I feel like some of this challenge that I'm also getting is possibly you. It's like, well, when will I get back to myself? When will I be myself? You're going to be this self. And this self that's on the other side. And sometimes we're battling with ourselves to be what everyone else wants us to be. And I really want you to pay attention to how, what it feels like when someone else does that to you. And then, but also to then reckon what it feels like, what you feel inside when someone else does it to you. Well, you're feeling the same way when you put that pressure up on yourself, when you pressure yourself into feeling like you need to be somewhere else, or you should be farther ahead, or you should be doing this, or you should be doing that. They're called the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. And sometimes those shoulda, coulda, wouldas leave us at such a discord, and almost like distant from ourselves and from the self that we are in this moment. And it's so important to allow ourselves to be who we need to be as we walk through the fire, as we walk through life. And it's like we have the pieces and part the pieces of those that we love fills our hearts. And in those pieces that fill our hearts are, it's like they want us to live for them. And so it's about finding out who we are on the other side. And I pulled the Ace of Water. And so I pulled the 5 of Fire, and then I pulled the Ace of Water. This is also in my message today, in my monthly. And it was the fire and water. Water can put out fire, right? And fire can be a reflection to water. And so this is reflecting back to you. So sometimes our emotions are reflecting back because we have these desperate desires, or we have these you know unrealistic desires to have something we can't have anymore. But what can we have? And sometimes the things that we can have are a new kind of relationship, a new way to be within ourselves, a new way to exist. And really recognizing that veil between, our soul, and that space between our soul and our human is not really that big. It's all connected. Spirit world is not that far away, and the loved ones are not that far away. They're right there with us. They're as close they're as close to us as we want them to be. And that begins with becoming close to ourselves and being very connected to ourselves. And so I do have what I'm getting here is coming up. And so building this, like, a new sense of relationship with yourself, letting yourself go out and build new relationships with people around, friends, making new connections, and not looking to really step back into an old life, but how do I and but beginning to move into, like, some new energy, some new places. There's new places for you to be. There's new spaces for you to be. And I just keep getting, just go for it. Just go for it. Just go try it. Just go do it. Just be this you. And on the other side of this. And so we get to exist on the other side of where we once were. And so this is where we are looking back, reflecting back. You know the journey. You know where you have been. But what is possible from here? And where do I go from here? And how do I move forward from here? I say yes. I say yes to me. And it's the beginning of just saying, it's okay for me to be excited. It's okay for me to be happy. It's okay for me to feel joy, because the more I feel happiness and joy and excitement in my life, it raises my vibration, my emotional connection, and it raises the spirit. And that brings us closer, because spirit is higher vibrating. They don't come down. They're not down low in the energy. Our emotional self is a much more dense, lower expression of ourselves. Whereas if we get in the higher emotions, like the extension of those emotions, we're able to meet spirit. And when we start to let ourself be seen as our spirited, people say, oh, they're such a spirited being. They're just so full of life. Well, that's exactly kind of what that means. So it's like, let yourself be filled with life and light and love, and you will feel the connection more than ever. So it's time. You need to give yourself permission to really let yourself find those moments of sparks of happiness and joy, because it's not going to be every day or every moment, but have those moments. Let yourself have those moments. That's what I got for you. And I hope that resonates with you in some way. Okay. I'm going to go down lower now for a bit. I'll scroll back and forth a bit. Um, so was I just on Facebook, or was I just reading someone from YouTube? Where was I? Oh, that was Facebook. So now it's going to be YouTube. So somebody on YouTube. Let's see. Tracy Wright. Tracy Wright. I'm going to my cards for you. So I'm going to go to the Everyday Goddess for you, Tracy. Yay, there you are. Okay, Tracy. I got Timeless Treasure. I got Una for you. And she is card number 35, and she is in the crone energy. And she's like Lady Liberty, right? Like there's a sense of being liberated or being freed from something. Now, the card often speaks of like going that last quarter mile, but I'm getting something kind of a little bit different. I'm getting that kind of, I'm picking up the browns and the golds, and I'm really picking up the kind of earth star energy here a little bit. But I'm really getting this kind of getting down and dirty, like getting your hands dirty, getting into something. I feel like, Tracy, you are either about to begin something or you're working on something. And it's like, don't let the pressures of our created time stand in the way of the divine time. because it does feel like you're working on something, or there's something in creation in your life. Something is unfolding, and it does like free yourself of the timeline that I have to do this by now. I have to get this done. And it's just like, let yourself get into it and let yourself embrace it and enjoy this journey, whatever this journey is, whatever it is you're getting into. And I feel like the intensity of it, I feel like there's such power in it. And so whatever that is you have to enjoy it, like really be a part of it. And the last little quarter mile is always the hardest when we're doing something on a 360. Don't let yourself go backwards by putting pressure on yourself, because it feels like what they're telling me is that when you place pressure up on yourself, you kind of then either don't fully complete things the way you want it to be completed, or you kind of lose that sense of what your why was. What was my why? Why was I doing that? Who was that for? And it's just like, it's for you. And it's for you. And it's because it's for you, you deserve to put a lot of love into it, a lot of attention into it, a lot of time into it. Whatever it is, it's yours to do. And it's just like getting your hands into things, getting dirty, moving to an acreage with a huge garden. Yes. Okay. Okay. Don't look at how much you have to do. Me too, Tracy. It amazes me how many readings are connected. Um, and so don't worry about how much work there is to do. This is such a journey for you. Whatever this is bringing for you, Tracy, I feel this excitement. I feel this like, oh my God, like it's going to like spark your creativity. It is going to make you feel so alive. And it's just going to like open up like something within you that makes you really just want to like burst out, and you're coming into your own somehow. It's like you're just like really stepping in and just coming into your own. So it's such a beautiful thing that I'm feeling, sensing, but your hands are getting dirty. I'm feeling like the nitty gritty. And that's where your gold is. That's where your golden nugget is. That's where your golden threads are. That's what connects you to your divine destiny, like your soul purpose. What we're all here for is just our soul purpose. And it might not be as frilly and fancy as people think it is. It is so much more simpler than that. And it just feels like this simplicity that has magic to it, Tracy. Um, and and so I'm just like so excited for you. Ah, right. Okay. I feel my dad's spirit there. Yeah. So it does. It feels so magical. And I just feel it. And I get so excited for you. So I'm like, that would definitely probably be that your dad's spirit. So happy to see this unfolding. I feel like you're really going to find like your real, like your creativity, your artistic side, like everything is just coming to life. Embrace it, enjoy it. Like it's going to be so wonderful, Tracy. So thank you. And you are welcome. Shouldn't I be packing? I was packing all day, Paula. Aw, you're so welcome, Tracy. Well, there's your validation for you. We might have to share we might have to share tips on this gardening stuff, because I'm going to a 3 acre acreage as well. It's like yours might be bigger than that, but 3 acres for me is pretty big. Hi, Evelyn. I'm in central. I'm in central. I'm in central. I'm from central Newfoundland as well, Evelyn. I'm from Buckins. I live in Alberta, but from Buckins. Okay. So now back to Facebook. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Hello, everyone who's joining us. Uh, okay. I'm actually going to go with Evelyn. Evelyn Marie Churchill Walsh. I'm going to choose you. Evelyn Marie Churchill Walsh. Let's pull a card for you. You did see me. Okay. I'll be coming back. My plan was this spring, but I didn't plan on this move that I have to make. So because of this move that I have to make, I have to put off coming to Newfoundland a little bit longer to do the tour. I was in Newfoundland to visit my daughter, but I will be coming back for another tour across Newfoundland. It's going to be happening. I have to get moved because I didn't have a place to live, and we're still working on all the other details, but um, I have to get that figured out first. Okay, Evelyn, let's see what the cards have for you. Now I'm going to go with my everyday goddess for you again. Imperfectly perfect. Okay, Avalon. So I just feel there's a sense that, like, I don't know, trying to perfect things or trying to make sure everything goes perfect. And they're just saying, everything's not going to go perfect, but everything is going to go as it's meant to go. Everything is going to unfold as it's meant to be. There's a lot of light coming in, and I'm seeing a lot of light coming in. And so this is in the maiden, which is like beginning. So it's like the beginning stages of something that's just beginning. Really letting go of like attachment to everything having to be in place or perfect. Like, if people are coming to visit, are you someone who's, when people are coming to visit, you got to make sure everything is perfect before people come? Remember, they're not coming to see your perfect home or to see how perfectly clean it is. They're coming to see you. And sometimes it's really hard for people to see you when you are so busy trying to be the everything for everyone else or trying to perfect things so that everyone else is happy. Like being in like a little bit of a newfie term, a tizzy, right? Like getting really kind of all worked up and, oh my God, this got to be done. Who cares? It is like really moving into the stage of saying, I'm just letting it go. And I'm just going to let things go. And I'm just going to let myself enjoy. I'm going to let myself embrace the imperfections of life. I'm no longer going to be hard on myself and trying to overdo things or overextend myself. I'm done. I'm done. I am so moving beyond that period of my life. I am over it. That's what I'm getting. And so there's this sense of that we think people have this image of us sometimes that sometimes we give them, right? So it's the mask that we wear. And sometimes we just got to drop the mask and let our real self be seen. What's really behind the real mask? That raw, the authentic, when you laugh, when you let go, when you have fun. And so the unassuming. So I got the unassuming. She's stepping into her light. And I'm like, there's a lot of light coming in, and stepping into her light is kind of like, when people say, oh, but we always go do this. Yeah, well, I used to always do that, but I don't want to do that no more. I don't want to do that no more. I don't feel like doing that no more. Oh, but that's who you were. No, that's who I was. I don't want to be that. I just did that because everyone else wanted me to do it, or it was the thing to do, or there was nothing else to do. And I don't feel like doing it no more. So I feel like you're moving into a bit of a rebel stage. It's like the universe is telling you, it's like, or your soul is telling you, it's time for you to move a little bit into the rebel stage and have a little bit of fun with it. Let yourself go out, embrace, enjoy life, and let go. And I don't know if you were about to do some painting or like something like outdoorsy, or waiting to do something outside, or put up like a new fence, or some like renovation work. Um, pretty, yeah. So hold on, Evelyn, hold on. So I don't know. So I keep seeing you do like telling yourself, oh, well, I got to get this done, like some renovation works, or I got to paint this, or I got to paint that. When I know what I'm doing, I'll get painting, or I'll get going, I'll get doing. I'm like, no, all those little jobs that it's like, well, some of them are not important at all, and other ones is get it done before. Get it done as if you're already on the move, as if you're already going. It's like, just start doing the things that are on the to-do list, and don't be waiting for when things happen. Is start living as if it's already happened. It's already there. It's already, you're already changing, you're already evolving into who you need to be. So the rest is really coming as well. And so it's like, just start the process, just start preparing, because the rest is going to unfold itself. It's like, let go of trying to control it, let go of trying to have the knowing of it, and just go into the trust. Just trust that it's all unfolding as it's meant to. But do the little things that you need to do. Just go ahead and start doing them. But then don't worry about the stuff that's too big and that really doesn't really matter. It's like, is it really going to matter? How big of an impact will it have? Don't put the efforts into the areas that doesn't really matter. The rest is happening. You got to trust that the rest is happening because it is unfolding for you. So there you go. That's what we have for you. Okay. Who else do I have on? Who else do I have on YouTube? Oh, I have Tracy Locke. Okay. Tracy Locke. Hello, 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 everyone. Tracy Locke. Let's see. So we're going back and forth between YouTube and Facebook here. Oh, Tracy, I was just about to pull a card and they said, not that card. I just got, nope, don't touch that one. It's not that one. Oh, interesting. What are you in a rush about? So I got the 9 of water. Oh, that's interesting because the card is your wishes may come true, right? It's like wishes, not wishes may, wishes come through. What it is we wish for is like, oh, I keep wishing. Oh, I wish, I wish, I wish. Sometimes you got to be careful what you're wishing for. Just saying. It's like sometimes what you're wishing for, you better put some thoughts in. Oh, Carlene, you're there too. Okay, so my next YouTube video, my next 2 YouTube ones, I have Kristen and Carlene left. So I'll alternate with Facebook though. So between them, I'll also get you 2 ladies in. So, so I'm really, Tracy, interesting. Not that one. Not that one. I was going to pick a card and it said not that one. Don't don't make a choice just out of like desperation. If it's something that's like, it's like, oh, well, I'm just going to accept that. I'm tired of waiting and I just going to accept it. It's like, don't just accept kind of the dangling carrot, I call it. When there's always something that appears prior to the real true thing that you're wishing for. Whatever it is in life, it just feels like there's always these moments that show up in our lives that just it's like, oh, I'm waiting for this to happen, but then a second best comes along. You're like, okay, yeah, you know what? Maybe that's not going to happen and I'm just going to accept this. It's like, don't accept second best. Don't fall for the dangling carrot. Wait, pause, reflect, just like it's not the first one, it's the next one. So it's like it's not what's right kind of that just pops up and goes, oh well, oh, I guess I'll just settle for this. No, take a rain check. Take a rain check and wait. Whatever that is or wherever that's coming in your life, I'm just telling you that they are telling you your wish, what you really truly desire, what you truly need will come. Whatever this is, take a rain check on the first one. Don't accept the dangling carrot. Just trust that something is coming in that brings those wishes through for you. And it's like you're finally finding this or you're finally getting this in your life. You're so close, is what they're telling me. You're so close to one phase ending and something new beginning. And they're grinning at me. They're smirking. So the angels, the guides are smirking, Tracy. I don't know where this comes in for you, what this looks like, but it's like take the rain check. Just say, no, you know what? I'm not going to jump for that. I'm not going to just accept that. I'm going to wait. I'm just going to wait. And it's coming along. So we almost did that with a house. We almost just because we lost it on a house we liked, and then we almost just accepted just to have a house, um and then the right house came along. And so sometimes we just got to give ourselves another day, another moment. Don't say yes too fast. Don't jump in and just go yes, yes, yes. Kind of it's like, okay, you know what? I got to take 24 hours or I have to take time. I have to think about this. And so this is what they're just telling you. Just hold out that little bit longer, and things are going to either what you're seeking, what you're searching for, what you're looking for, it's going to find its way. And it's just kind of coming with like a bit of a teaser, but it's a trust of faith. Hold on to the faith. Things are going to work out. Your wishes, your whatever it is you're wishing for is on its way to you. And that's all I got for that one. I'm like, I know it feels vague, but they're grinning at me. They're smirking at me. So I know they're up to something. Um, your soul knows something that you're yet to know. Your guides know something is coming really great for you that you've really been wanting. And it's just kind of, they're smirking at you and they're saying, you get free will choice, but we're just telling you, don't rush. Things are working out. That's what they're giving me. And they're smirking. So when they smirk, I know they're up to something. Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to those who are first time here. I'm going to go back. Shannon Judge. Shannon Judge. Are you still here, Shannon Judge? Shannon Judge. I'm asking because it's a while back since I've seen Shannon's message here. Let's just seeing if she's still here. Okay, I'm not seeing Shannon, so I am going to Jody Donald. Jody Donald. Is Jody Donald still here? These are Facebook ones, and then I'm going to come down to Carlene, and then another Facebook one, and then Chris, and then Kirsten. Okay, no, not seeing. All right. How about Carrie George? Oh, Jody's there. Okay, Jody's there. So let's go with Jody. Okay, Jody, a card for you. I'm going to move kind of quickly here. Balance, Jody. So I have Archangel Zedekiel coming in another major card. So we got a lot of major life events. And Carrie, you're here too. Okay. So I will do a reading for Jody, and then I'm going to go to Carlene, and then I'll go to Carrie, and then up to Kristen, and then I'll see from there. Okay. So this card is speaking about balance. Now, the thing that's catching my attention in this card, you feel that message, Tracy? Good. The thing that's really catching my attention here is the flowers, is those blue flowers. And a part of what Archangel Ezekiel is bringing forth is the thought of stopping and smelling the flowers, right? Smelling the roses. But that moment of where we just get so busy and so entangled that, shit just starts to happen. We start to stub our toe, we start to trip over things, we're not paying attention anymore. And it's like, because we're always kind of rushing around getting things done, million different things on the go. And I just feel like you have a lot of things on the go, and there is kind of no sense of balance, and you have to create that balance. And why? And it's because there is like major things that are unfolding in your life that require attention. And you have to pay attention, because you're not paying attention to the little details, the fine lines, whether it's signing papers or whether it's a big project, whatever it is, you have to pay attention to the details. Sometimes you're saying, yeah, that's okay. Just go ahead. I don't need to see it. Doesn't matter. I don't care. Just do whatever. No, you have to pay attention. You have to pay attention, because there is things that could be, you know, if it's not your, if it's not, if you're not giving it your attention, then somebody else is not really giving it their attention. So I feel like there's areas in life of where you're just kind of missing out the entanglement. Hit the nail on the head, right? And so there's just, I'm like, you have to pay attention and really create that balance, because when you slow down and you take that breath and you can start to look around and kind of make that to-do list, but don't make the to-do list all that you have to do, but that you are precise and clear on what it is that you, on what you expect of others or what you need of others, and also what needs your attention. I do feel like for you, Jody, there's things around your life that needs your attention, and it needs your attention because of your eye for detail, your ability to see what needs to be, or your, that it needs your, it needs your energy, or it needs a piece and a part of you put into it. So it's like, don't live with the, it's like, make the changes now so you're not regretting it down the road. That's what I'm getting. And so create the balance now, slow down, take the breath, so that you're not all caught up and you're not going to that. Oh, I so regret that. If I had been there, if I had done that. And so you have to be present in your own life. You have to be there in your own life. You have to be in that space. You have to be in your own world, and you have to exist in your now. There's always what's ahead, what needs to be, but what matters is right here, right now. And so what's here right now in your life is needing attention. It could be the people in your life, it could be the world around you, but there's just these little fine detail things that are just coming up that are just saying, don't neglect looking deeper. That's what they're giving you. I almost let this person take me out and move me off the path. Ah, okay. See, Jody. Yeah, I'm like, don't you pay attention, pay attention, create that balance. I'm like, whew. Ah, good. Okay. I'm glad that hit home for you and it resonates with you. Um, and Miriam, I seen you wrote a big long message there, a big long post. I'll read it in a minute. Um, okay, so then I was going to Carlene. You just got to ask, and I'm just kind of choosing who I'm intuitively called to, but I am going to Carlene, and then I'm going to Carrie. I'm going to Carlene, Carrie, George, and then Kirsten, and then I'll see from there. This is my birthday give back. This is the way I'm giving back for all the people who are always supporting me, and for all the new people who come into my world. Red flags are real. Yes, they sure are, Jody. They are so, so real. Yes. You're welcome. And you are being watched over. Okay. Carlene. Go back to my own cards. Go back to the Everyday Goddess cards for Carlene. I just heard the song Jump. What was that? Who used to sing Jump? Was that like David Lee Roth back in the day? I think it was like David Lee Roth. I'm just getting music. David Lee Roth, Jump. Might as well jump. I feel like it's like just, and I mean, Carlene, you're still healing. So you have to kind of at a Carlene pace, kind of take that leap of faith, and jump into living your life at the level you can live your life. But don't let the stress, don't let the things of the past, the things that caused you the angst and the stress of the past cannot come with you moving forward. You can't exist in any sort of, they're giving me this, you can't exist in any sort of like anger, resentment kind of energy. You have to see that you are on top of the world. No, not too high. These are like little bunny hops. You're doing like little bunny hops. And so you are actually at the top of the world. You are at a pivotal point in life of where you are being given life again. And it's like the beginning of another new cycle. What are you going to do with this one? What are you going to do? And so we have Frida, we have the stargazer. Now, there can be a lot of like gassy energy behind her that appears to be like something good, but is it something that's really helping us, or is it just something that causes more of a stink in our lives? And so sometimes we have to look at it's just like, how sometimes we just want a pile of people in our lives, but we don't need a pile of people, we need quality of people in our lives. And the areas of where you get all the kind of like stinky kind of energy from people is the area of where, you know what, I don't have to sit in this. So toxicity, where it's toxic, you don't need to be. What is toxic, you don't need to be a part of. And it's just like it's moving you from being in that kind of toxic kind of energy and saying it's time for you to believe in the magic of it. Like there's something magical. The fact that you're here is magical. You are on top of the world. You have your light. You have everything that you need, and it's time for you to really live from your spirit, like really at such a deep soul level. It is your deep connection to the divine, your deep connection to the essence of your soul, of where you have to live from. And it feels like really cleaning things up, cleaning like a lot of the areas in your life are being cleaned up, being cleared out, and a lot of people and things are being cleared out. And so that you don't have time or space, because you've elevated and you have to live from your elevated self and not from like a lower self. Like you have to live from this elevated sense of self, where you have such a regard for life and the value of life and the value of a breath, that you feel this deep connection. And so this is just saying to you, you are here and you have to stay here. And all these little jumps that you're making is jumping into this next realm, into this next stage of just saying, it's beautiful moments, it's beautiful times, and it can be a beautiful life. It don't have to be harsh, it don't have to be a fighting, arguing, it don't have to be anywhere like that. It can be soft, and it's time for you to live that soft, beautiful life that you always are here to live. Funny you say that. Remove toxic person from my life not that long ago. Working on moving forward. There you go. Okay. So it's soft, it's gentle. You're here. You're there. You've reached this place within your life of where you can kind of settle into this and just like reach for the stars. You are one of the stars. Like really reach for the stars in your emotions, in your life, and live that happiness. And it just feels like it's not full of toxicity. It feels like it's more full of the good stuff. And that's where you're meant to be. That's where you're meant to be. Okay. All right. So one more Facebook person, and then I have to go, and then I'm going to Kirsten, wherever Kirsten was. Carrie George. So now to Carrie George. In dildo. You're welcome. Carrie George in dildo. I have a lot of family, Carrie, that are actually from Dildo and New Harbor area. A lot of my family, my dad's side of the family, are from the New Harbor area. And I think if my Aunt Sheila's here and she could validate that, is that we actually have, I think what's a great grandmother or a great aunt or someone used to live in Dildo as well. Yeah. Yeah, the Thorns, the Elfords, the who else? The Heffords. Um, oh, I'm having a moment. But anyway, that them families. Okay, Carrie, you got Archangel Ezrael as well. So this is a lot of major changes happening for a lot of people in different areas. So once again, this is like the end of a phase. And so Archangel Ezrael comes as the angel of death and transformation. So new beginnings. I bet you know my family. um, and so release. And so, Carrie, I just keep getting something that's had a hold of you. Something that's, thank you. Um, Something that's had a hold of you, something that's been holding on to you. Um, and it's just telling me that it's like finally being freed of it, or not really freed of it, I guess, but finally being able to loosen the constraints. Something that's been holding tight. It could be, deep into our thoughts sometimes, or the things that have happened in life, or those, the I want to say like the wondering about our loved ones. What more could I have done? How could I have done things differently? Or that's what it feels like. And I'm like, it just feels like releasing the pressure that you place upon yourself, or that sense of constraint that you have on yourself. And it's just telling you it's time for you to, that makes sense. And it's just like, it's time for you to confidently know that it is okay for you to let go. It's okay for you to let yourself be free of this constraint or this hold. It's almost like a chokehold of energy, and it really keeps holding you back from like really doing the things that you want to do in some ways, or to be able to trust yourself to go do them. And you're just being told that it is time to go kind of do those things and just have confidence. There's something you're going to be getting news about something new is unfolding. But I have the page of fire, and I feel like it's like you're finally finding out something good or something new, and just it's like coming out of a bubble. But the bubbles are bursting around certain areas of your life, and whether you want it or not, attention is coming to you. You're going to have that attention around you. You're going to see you're going to see people just like, well, how come people are finally paying attention to me? He's like, well, because you're being seen, and the light is shining upon you. It's like the spotlight is upon you. And it's like you can't hide the parts of yourself that are meant to shine. And you have this bolsterous, bold light that kind of feels like it gets subdued or it gets pushed back. And it's like, yeah, no, you have to bring that up and out. And there's like a new project or something. I don't know what it is you're working on, but it feels like it's like something you either want to bring forth or you want to do, and that you're really starting to move forward. Like it's almost like, it's really, I'm going to say this lightheartedly, it's time to move on. It's time to move on. And moving on don't mean we forget, but it's time to move on. It's time to move into your life, into living your best life. And I keep hearing a harmonica playing. I don't know why I keep hearing like a harmonica, like a mouth harmonica. I keep hearing like a harmonica playing, like music. And so it does feel like there is like old music, or it could be, could be somebody that you used to listen to in music, but old harmonica is what I keep getting. But I just like, it's time for you to start moving on, not forgetting, but moving on, moving forward, letting your heart open back up, taking those restrictions off yourself. You restrict yourself, you hold yourself back. And it's like, no more restricting, no more holding yourself back. It is a go time in life. It is a time for you to go live this life. It's time for you to have fun with this life. And it's just saying it's time. It's time, it's time, it's time. get going. Go do it. That's what we're getting for you. So that's a little piece. I'm like, I feel like I could go on forever with this, but I said I'm going to try to keep them a little bit shorter. So that's what I have for you. Kirsten. Kirsten. Is it Kirsten Heights? You're so welcome. Kirsten Heights. And Kirsten's on YouTube. Okay, Kirsten. This is your card. Good. Thanks for sticking around. Man, oh man, the major arcana cards tonight. So I'm going to go to the bottom of the deck as well. So I pulled the world card, and it's a 10, and it is, like I said, major arcana. And see his arms are crossed, and I just keep getting enough. It's enough. It's enough. It's enough. Stop doubting. Stop letting yourself be like stuck in a trap. Stop waiting for the worst or whatever that may be. But it's like you're getting the look like, you know how some people like, well, I do that. You know how we wear reading glasses and we like look over our glasses? Kirsten, that's what I'm getting. I'm getting like somebody like looking over their glasses at you and they're like, really? Seriously? Seriously? It's like, you're not going to accept this. You're not going to do this. And so it's a real positive change. Like things are taking a turn in your life, or there's something that is happening in your life that is a positive thing. It is not a bad thing. It's like waiting for the shoe to drop or waiting for something to go wrong. It's like, no, just know that something is going to go right. It's like the energy has shifted, and it's luck is on your side. Good things are happening. But seriously, I keep getting seriously, you're going to doubt this or you're going to feel this. And it's just like, no, you're going to start to believe in yourself. You're going to believe in what is possible. Oh, shoot. I was going to read the bottom and they just moved the card. I just shuffled. I guess I wasn't reading the bottom. So see, I was going to give more. Okay, here's your message. I was just going to give more than was needed. And this is kind of what you do, Kirsten. You try to keep like giving and doing more than is needed. It's like just just who you are is enough. You don't have to fluff things up. You don't have to give everyone a present. You don't have to do everything for everyone. You're enough. You're enough. And sometimes that's a bit of a trauma response that we have, or part of that complexities about us and our identity, that we just keep feeling that if I'm going to go places and I got to make sure I bring extra, or I do more, or I go the extra mile for everyone. And it's like, no, you don't need to go the extra mile. You've gone the extra mile your whole life. You don't need to keep going the extra. Like seriously, you don't need to go the extra mile. You've done enough. You are enough. And that's all you need to know. Like really applying to you. If any of these are applying to any of you, take them. And so sounds about right. So much went wrong and I'm ready for something to change. Yeah. And look at a number at the time, 44, the number of the angels. And this is Archangel Michael. And you're just being told like, come on now. Come on now. There is a turn in the tides. Things are changing and the energy might change, but you also have to make a change. You have to break up with that version of you, as we call it in More Than Existing. Everything in More Than Existing is, I'm always saying, the hardest person in the world to break up with is the version of us that is the one that causes us the most challenges, and it's that has the most red flags around it, but yet we keep hanging out with it. It's like that's the version of ourselves that's the hardest to let go of. And so it is just saying that, yeah, you need to remember that you are already enough. You don't need to do anything more. And all the things that went wrong is not because you weren't enough. It's because the way life was just unfolding. It was like the cookie crumbling, like everything was crumbling away that no longer was going to serve you. Fragments. It is the fragmented pieces of us. And when we are broken apart, we get the choice to put together, put the pieces back that we so choose, but we don't have to put everything back together. It's like we can finally let go. And that's a part of you that's become a habit. And it's like, oh, I feel this way. No, you've created a habit. It's not that you feel this way, it's that you've created a habit around continually doing these things. And so breaking these patterns because you are on a path going another direction and you don't need to do all those extra, it's like carrying extra tools. You don't need all of that. You simply have to be the version of you who just knows she's enough. And I know that just don't happen overnight, but just accepting that or just knowing that you're getting this validation for a reason. So that is our message for you because you do have the wheel card. So things are really taking a turn. Things are, good things are coming, working out in your life, and you're going to see those beautiful experiences happening. Yeah. Okay. I am an hour and 15 minutes in, and my back is starting to hurt, as you can see me wiggling. Hello, everyone. Um, okay, I'm going to go. I just got to read Miriam's. I just want to read Miriam. She wrote something long and she's new here, so welcome. Um, I don't really have a card right for you this evening, but I hope somebody's message resonates with you. First time seeing you. I was wondering what you see coming up for me. My mom has been diagnosed with dementia and fell and broke her hip a few days ago. She's 88. I'm also living 16 hours away, so stressed not to be with her. I have a business that I'm now struggling with getting numbers in. Everyone has loved what I do. Good reviews. Future things come. Oh, okay. Miriam, I think the message that I also gave to Kirsten is something that you really also need to look at for you is that sense of not having to give, not having to give more than you got to give, not having to, keep giving more. It's about stripping it back. So somewhere, Miriam, it's about stripping it back. And sometimes we got to strip things back to really put things in perspectives and into priorities, and where am I on the priority list. As much as all these things are happening, you also have to be on the priority list. And so if you're not on the top 3 in your priority list, you're going to keep sinking closer to the bottom of the priority list. So it's like, what is that priority? And if we don't have our health, we don't have nothing. And so if you can't be available to your mother, to anyone else, if you overextend and overstretch yourself out, and that's for anyone who's in here, being able to pull it back is so important. I've had to do that. I've done that years ago. I've done that over the past few years, and really pulling back and stretching back. And yeah, no, it changed the numbers, it changed the finances, it changed a lot of things, but it brought me to a place within myself where I finally felt at peace and where I could finally care for my health. Because when I had to end up with a walker and I was waiting on back surgery, I had to really put life into perspective, because what did it cost me to keep pushing on and keep doing and overextending and going? It cost me my health. I spent 33 years behind the chair as a hairstylist, as an esthetician, and also running this business. And it was just like, and other things need you as well. And so it's like, but you need you. And so this is for everyone. It's just knowing that we have to really, truly put into perspective the value of identity and self. And as Neptune just made the shift into Aries, and we're in Aries season, which is the first house of the zodiac sign, this is about self and about identity. And so this is like we're in a time of really prioritizing health and wellness, prioritizing mental, physical, spiritual health, well-being, and being very aware of ourself and about what we're doing to ourselves, what we're allowing, what we're saying to ourselves, all of those things. It all matters. It matters a lot. And that's why I watch my time now. That's why I know when I feel my body getting tired, I know when to say it's enough, and when to not feel like, oh, I got to stay because everybody needs me. It's like, yeah, but you need you too. And you have to remember that in your lives. It's like, if you're not on your list of priorities, why would you be on the list of anyone else's priorities? And so we teach people how to treat us, and we also are taught how to treat ourselves. And we look at the history of, in our lives, of people who've influenced us in our lives. Where were they on the list, and who did they put first? And we're the ones who can make the changes, and we can change those habits, and it becomes habits. And it's all the habits, and it's the habits that we break. Start paying attention. um okay. So actually, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull a card that's for everyone. You have taught that by example, and that's the fact. Pulling back is important. Yes. Yes. Okay. Um, yes. Sending love to the dementia lady. Yes. To your mama who's been diagnosed dementia. It is, it's such a difficult journey to travel. I had a great grandmother who had Alzheimer's, and we watching her, and I was younger, and I'm like, I never forget that. But sadly, that's kind of how we remember her, and it's hard to remember the other version of her because that's what we got to know. And so there was another version of her. And when people have dementia or they have Alzheimer's, those type of things, we connect to their spirit often, and to hear the spirit of those people who are still alive, but they're slipped into dementia and Alzheimer's and things like that, and to hear them speak about how they are still here, their physical bodies here, but they're partly in spirit world, and that's that extension of them. It's quite incredible. So just knowing that journey is a long journey for them, and they're kind of splitting. It's that split. It's very interesting. The more I learned and the more I became this in myself, is the more I had a great compassion for looking back at my great grandmother, and what my great grandmother Alfred must have experienced and witnessed, and from the woman she was to the woman she became, was such a drastic difference. But the love and support and compassion that is needed. But we also need love, support, and compassion for ourselves. And so for everyone, here is our card. So we have the Three of Air. Now the Three of Air speaks about kind of sadness times. So um it's like, oh, how do you pull this card for collective energy? But so I'm going to give you what I'm getting from this. It is This card takes us to the place of where, on a deeper level, on a soul level, that sense of, imagine if your soul was this little being inside of you, and it's moving around. I always give this visuals, and it's like listening to you, and it's just saying, you know, it makes me so sad that you just can't forgive yourself, that you just got to keep creating all of these isms and these habits based on the fact that you simply just can't forgive yourself, that you just think that you just got to do more, you just got to give more. And so there is that version of us that is sad to see us be hard on ourselves, pushing ourselves, overextending ourselves, overdoing. We've been conditioned, we've been programmed from society. You can do it all, you can be it all, you can have it all. Well, what is all, and what's it costing us? And so everything comes at a cost. And I just remember a friend of mine saying that to me recently, because I write this in More Than Existing. I'm done just existing. And I said, it's like, and it's going to come at a cost, right? Me choosing to do this, or to choose to more than exist, will come at a cost. It's costing me more than I can afford to lose. So what's costing us more than we can afford to lose? And it's with great sadness when you stop and you can have that compassion for yourself, that you can see that if simply I could just really truly release those programmed, conditioned thoughts. And I forgive myself for believing that, for believing I had to be that, for believing I had to do that, for always being caught up in that narrative that I had to push on, keep going. It's like, oh, you hurt. Well, don't you dare give in to that hurt. Don't you dare give in to that pain. You just keep pushing on. Well, pushing on will keep causing us it will cause us more damage than it will good sometimes. And it's not about pushing on, it's about stopping and dealing and healing. And when we stop, we deal and we heal, we do the hard work, because it's so much harder than avoiding, ignoring, neglecting, overlooking. It is so much harder. It takes effort and it takes action and it takes radical honesty. And we have to be radically honest with ourselves sometimes on where we are, what we keep repeating, what we keep doing. And we are in a time, and my YouTube monthly this so ties into this as well. But it is a time of great shift, and it is time of a great change. And it's a shift and change in how we identify with our thoughts, how we identify with our emotions, how we identify with our own essence and our own soul, and how we truly see ourselves and how we see the others and how we see the world. And so there is a big shift, there is a big change. And it's like, the universe might have your back, but that world out there that is causing more chaos and more fear and more of everything, does it really have your back, or does it have a motive? Does it have a motive to manipulate? And that motive to manipulate it's like, it's kind of disguised as I got your back, or I'm there for you. And it's like, there's a lot of bullshit stories to that. And so when we stop kind of fooling ourselves, stop manipulating our own thoughts and our own self and convincing ourselves to say yes when our body is saying no, or when we just know it's a yes, but we're saying no, whatever that is, it's just like, stop doing that. When we stop doing that to ourselves, we start to nurture what is good. We start to nurture, and this awakens that little spark of divine within us, and we realize how much we do matter, that we all matter. I think it's in my second book. I'm like, you're not that damn special, but you matter. Everyone matters, right? There is this sense, but when you start to awaken to realize, well, this is like the master manipulator energy. And do I keep allowing myself, do I keep manipulating myself into overextending, overdoing, um, over giving, whatever that is? Or do I start to forgive myself for forgetting what matters the most? And yeah, and so there is a big shift, and it's happening throughout the energy, and it's happening through the big shift in the planets that's happening, and the big moves that the earth is actually experiencing because of what's happening out there. So, and we are in the week of, in Gene Keys, we're in the week of Valor. Valor is actually my life work. And so in the shadow of Valor is inadequacy. So our word is that sense of, we believe often that we are inadequate, that we struggle with inadequacy. And so then we chase trying to be that enough, trying to make up for something. We feel insecure. We don't feel like we're don't feel like we're beautiful enough. We don't feel like we're young enough. We don't feel like we're there's just so many things. But this is just giving you those little examples. And how we get the into the city of that is to find our way into being the champion, into being a place of valor within ourselves, to move our energy into becoming the hero of our own story, the sense of our own authority, that we have the power within us to change our thoughts, to break free from those isms, those unhealthy habits, and those patterns. And it all starts with a choice. And we all get the choice to choose. And we don't get to choose the fates of others and how it impacts us, but we get the choice to choose how we're going to show up in our energy. And that's what I have for you all. Thank you for being with me. And yes, thank you for sharing some of my eve of my birthday with me. Have a beautiful evening, and I will be back again Don't know when, trying to pack, trying to get ready for all of the move stuff. But thank you for being here. Thank you for staying with me tonight. And I hope that if you didn't get a card, that these messages resonated with you and somehow that you got something from it. And I will be back again. So come back again and we will pull some more cards again. And you can always book one-on-one sessions with me. I'm still doing one-on-one online or phone, in person, not right now because of the move, but online, online through Zoom or through phone. You can book directly on my website. And also we have all kinds of stuff in the Academy. You can go get your yearly forecast reading for the collective energy and find out all about your zodiac sign and about your gene keys and your human design, all that kind of stuff on the Academy. Those are also available. So thank you all. And thank you, Jody. Have a beautiful evening, everyone. And I will see you soon. Bye-bye.